next up, welcome to the show, Amy Osman Cook, who is the co-founder and CMO of Fullcast. What a pleasure. Welcome, Selena. How
Thank
are
you
you
so
doing?
much. Doing well. Thank you for having us today. Really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. What's new with Fullcast?
All right. Well, Fullcast, we have some exciting updates, and thank you so much for having all of us on to talk about AI. I actually just got back from hosting an AI conference in New York City with Firsthand Ventures, and it was just so exciting to be in the room with the people building the AI, from Meta, from ChatGPT, from all of the, many of the many companies that matter, because there are many of us that are building it and being in a room with them to see what everybody's doing because it's all brand new. So thank you for having this platform so we can all see what everyone's doing. And there's a lot of exciting stuff that's come up. So for us today, I'm excited to introduce my colleague Selena, who is amazing and is going to demo one of the AI features of our platform. So Fullcast, just as a background, is the first AI-first sales performance management platform that helps revenue leaders manage their entire go-to-market from plan all the way through pay. So Selena, do you want to take it away?
I sure do. Thanks for having us. To echo Amy's points, we love being able to see everyone's progress in this space and share our own. We're very excited about what we're building. And yeah, we're the first platform to do this, built by RevOps for RevOps. And we're really highlighting the RevOps function and ways AI can make them more empowered and in return, make the organizations they work at grow quicker and more strategically. So I'll show you a little bit about it today, but overall, we see an area of opportunity, especially with AI today. There's a lot of different applications, and I think businesses are generally trying to improve customer service, efficient operations, data optimization, and Fullcast is focused on, especially with that efficiency and operations piece, where can we eat up the manual work or ways that the business gets slowed down or ways that impact the sales team's ability to go to market. And what we found is that a lot of revenue leaders are still managing go-to-market planning and management out of spreadsheets, out of disparate systems, and they are eager for a way to better figure out their total addressable market and their sales team's books of business, their quotas, the commissions. There's so many pieces of it, and Fullcast is here to take that over from start to finish and help RevOps really be more of a powerhouse and be able to do the work that they're trying to do if they could get a little bit more time and focus in their day with stuff like this. So I'm going to show you a little bit of Fullcast here. And to my point earlier, we're focused, on the space of books of business, quotas, routing, commissions. But one of the most powerful ways we're leveraging AI today is to absorb your own logic around policies that dictate where an account should land and who it should be assigned to. And really, the reason that matters so much is a lot of companies today, again, are just doing this more retroactively in spreadsheets or maybe starting the fiscal year planning 6 months in advance because, especially for teams with hundreds of sellers and hundreds of thousands of accounts in the CRM, that's a difficult process to figure out. But ultimately, it's critical because it's going to tell your business, your executive team, your board, and investors how are you going to meet the revenue targets that you've been given as a business. And so Fullcast is here to supercharge this and to leverage these nifty AI functionalities that can help get us there. So I'm going to orient you a bit at what we're looking at here. And you'll see as the screen pops up that on the left-hand side, this is your go-to-market segmentation. So this is going to look a little bit different for every single business, depending on how you verticalize, how you segment by size, or maybe any other factors you use to split up your go-to-market. So in this example here, we've got everything rolling up to the all companies level. So it's a hierarchical view, and you can see performance to plan at the all companies level. So you can see how many accounts are in your total addressable market. If you're scoring your accounts, you can get a quick glance at those types of metrics. And let's say, for example, you want to see the performance or the setup of a specific territory, maybe within America in the enterprise segment. You've got 5 or 6 territories, and this is a great way to keep up with what accounts are landing where and what's the performance to plan on the associated quotas. So the real target for us and the real outcome here is that we want you to get a few things out of this. We want you to grow revenue. We want you to be strategic about breaking into your top accounts. And we want to help companies drive quota attainment by at least 30%. And when you start to piece these building blocks together in the right way and make sure you're addressing your market in the right way, you'll see those impacts in revenue pretty quickly. So ultimately, we use our AI, which I'm going to show you here shortly, and I have to go up to this more branch level, to balance out your books of business. So if you're carving territories, let's say, or assigning accounts for 5 or 6 different reps in America Enterprise, you want to make sure that the way you've done this is a balanced and fair way. Again, quota attainment matters. To retain your reps, to keep hitting your goals and growing your business, you need to make sure everyone is equally set up for success. Today, there's a lot of struggle to understand this because it's being done in spreadsheets or maybe in ERP systems with custom models, and there's no easy way to view things like this. But the ultimate outcome here is that every single one of your accounts in your addressable market is properly covered by the right rep, and that each rep has a fair and equal shot at hitting their quota based on metrics that matter to you. In this example, the company wants to make sure all of their enterprise reps in America have an even number of Tier A accounts and bookings potential in their books of business. So now for the fun part of how we get you here. So if we go into our smart plan, this is our most popular instance of use for AI in our platform today. And so essentially the way it works is you would come into Fullcast and say, I need 6 territories in America Enterprise. You can cap out the number of accounts per rep or territory. And there's 3 steps to our balancing criteria here. And this is where you're inputting your own criteria, your own parameters, and Fullcast is applying that in real time to what's in your Salesforce. This all comes as a Salesforce managed package, so we work very nicely with account, opportunity level data in your CRM. So first step of the balancing criteria is tell us how to minimize any disruption. We don't want to move around accounts that are tied to your more strategic reps or maybe accounts with open opportunities in them. So this is where you can input that criteria to make sure we're not moving any accounts that might be landing in that bucket. Second piece is going to be balancing the accounts by certain data points in Salesforce. We see a lot of companies using employee size, maybe account scoring, perhaps verticals or any other types of metrics that might be helpful to pull in. You can stack them up and we'll make sure everyone gets an even number of accounts that meet those criteria. All right, and then moving on to the third piece, balancing by metrics. A big topic, I think, in RevOps right now and AI generally is having your data talk to each other, right? We're hearing this a lot. We're actually at a conference right now and everyone's saying, CRM is not really the source of truth anymore, though some might argue with that. I think what that's trying to say is there's more that goes into our ICP and into expansion potential and into our white space analysis than just Salesforce data points. Sometimes you need to take into account product level data, consumption level data, and metrics is a great way to bridge your data pieces together and balance in more strategic ways. We'll also help with parent-child assignments and making sure that everything makes sense when it comes to assigning out accounts that have parent or children associations. And at the very end, we're going to help you understand, are you balancing off of data points that are actually filled out and available in the CRM and can help you understand the health of your carve. A lot of customers love this because we're identifying gaps in their data for them where they can go and enrich and improve the quality of their data over time. So once you've done all this, Fullcast is going to apply it in real time to your Salesforce accounts. You'll start to see yellow dots emerging. This is going to help you understand that maybe accounts need to be moved around based on this criteria. And really the outcome is going to be that you're moving from more of an annual plan, doing that once a year, and shifting to a day-to-day management of your go-to-market so that you're not, letting months and months pass where things might not be in the right place or your account coverage is not being optimized. And I'm not sure how we are on time, Julia, but I think
We
that's
have
it.
3 minutes left, and can I just give one
All
quick
right.
example? So
Please.
this, in real practice, I'm working as the RevOps leader for a large healthcare company right now on a client basis. They had 4 acquisitions roll up within 2 years. They had different plans. They had different territories. The territories, they were fighting with each other. They said that other people had better territories and they were all, it was an absolute disaster. So we were able to pull in using Fullcast, equalize all of the territories, make sure there were no conflicting territories, and we did not lose one sales rep, and it's an amazing organization. So the company has really benefited from this AI capability that Selena has just shown, and we're very excited to be able to showcase this for other enterprises.
Yes. And one more bonus thing is I know a lot of folks think about scenario planning or maybe getting more strategic. Like, what if we verticalize a different way next year? Or what if we add more headcount here? Fullcast is a great way to use scenario planning to compare and contrast different go-to-market strategies. So we've been helping a lot with decision making as well. And then the AI component of our platform will take care of the execution for you on a day-to-day basis. So we're really excited. If anyone's been curious about ways to better carve territories, assign quotas, handle commissions, routing, capacity planning, definitely reach out to Fullcast. You can reach out to me or Amy on LinkedIn, or we also have a demo request feature on our fullcast.com website.
Really impressive. Thank you so much, Amy and
Of
Selena. Let's
course.
address a couple of questions from the audience. If you don't mind,
Sure.
we have 2 minutes. So one of the questions is around data and data sources and quality. So what data sources or inputs are essential to get accurate and equitable territory models?
They're a great question. We have a list of 6 different inputs that you absolutely need to get high quality data. If you want to email me at amy@fullcast.com, we can get those inputs for you.
Amazing. And then here is another one. After adopting Fullcast, what kind of ROI or performance or boost in performance are companies typically seeing?
So companies are typically seeing for us about a 200% reduction in cost in terms of time spent and headcount. We're also seeing about a 20% uplift in pipeline based on our case studies. And Harvard Business Review has some really good stats showing that using a territory management platform, doing nothing else will boost your revenue 2 to 7%.
And let's address one more. How does Fullcast handle tricky scenarios like overlapping accounts, rep overloads, or last minute changes?
Do you want to take that, Selena?
Yeah. So there's a number of ways we can pull things from the account and user level in Salesforce to make sure that everyone's bandwidth is being honored. There are some teams that also prefer incorporating some round robin elements into their go-to-market strategy to ensure equitability based on, different elements like workload, time zone, things of that nature. So we're very flexible. Every organization truly thinks about this differently. And just to touch on the other pieces you had asked about when it comes to data points, we're flexible on the data points you care about balancing by, as long as you have the data on the account level in Salesforce or on some associated object to the account in Salesforce, we can work with those data points, but we have a lot of strategic insight into which ones are the best to use, and we can help a lot with narrowing down your ICP through those data points. And you asked the second question, Julia, was about, remind me.
Um, around the ROI.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So to Amy's point, we have the decrease of labor cost. Like I said a little bit earlier, typically a 30% increase in quota attainment. And we also have a big impact on decreasing rep attrition and making sure they're all happy and set up for success with their go-to-market plans.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Selena.
you.
Thank you, Amy. Always
Of
pleasure
course.
having you here.
Thank you so much.
Always a
Really
pleasure. Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.